to thank Kimberly Field, and I want to thank Kristen Laria. She is the one who organized the email that allowed us to do the event this afternoon. She took everybody's names and they did an email blast, and apparently it was very effective. I also want to thank Scott. Scott is responsible for setting up all of the IT and all of the films and all of the material you'll be seeing. And I also want to thank Genesis Hadassah. A big thank you to Faye Diamond. Faye is our designer, and she's responsible for the very beautiful graphic that's on the front of everyone's program. And she's always checking to see if our brochures were properly placed, and I appreciate all of that effort. Thank you, Faye. I don't know where you are. Thank you also to Alan Elkes and to Don Hofrichter. And a special thank you to my husband, my support. And I want to thank everyone for coming this afternoon. This is a very special endeavor. 75 years after the liberation of the concentration camps, we still face a world of hatred and injustice against the Jewish people. Less than 2 generations after the Holocaust, we see a rapid escalation of anti-Semitism around the globe, and especially throughout much of Europe. Some countries actually believe that they will be protected by selling out the Jews in Israel. Unfortunately, they will learn the hard way that letting these tyrants loose without constraint will cause millions of people to pay the price of appeasement. This annual memorial honors the memory of our 6 million, including 1.5 million children, who perished only because they were Jewish. We cannot let the world forget that in a modern society, Nazi Germany was capable of committing such atrocities. Many reactionary forces are hard at work to change history and deny that the Holocaust ever happened. We must be vigilant not to allow this to occur. The number of Holocaust survivors is dwindling to a very precious few as we approach the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. As a whole group of people, children, grandchildren, and friends of Holocaust survivors, we must take an active role in reminding the world of the crimes of Nazi Germany. And the legacy of the Holocaust survivors will be sustained and enhanced through our education and outreach efforts. We shall never forget the sacrifices of the 6 million Jews who did not live to see the Nazi war machine defeated. I'm now going to turn the program over to Alan Elkes.
Thank you, Marcia. Friends, we're here today to remember one of the darkest periods in human existence. The Holocaust was a horrific episode in the Jewish experience. We as Jewish people shed tears for the millions who were wasted by the Nazi Anschluss. As we look back at what transpired in the 30s and 40s in Germany and throughout Europe, we see that it represents a massive collusion, the feigned deafness of onlookers, the studied ambiguity of the church, and the self-induced paralysis of the Allies. We are cognizant of the little apparent concern demonstrated by an indifferent world. Humanity remained cold to what was transpiring, so the Holocaust is the paradigm of the broken human condition, heartless, so it appeared. But what emerged in the ashes of the Shoah was the fact that we as a people were not totally alone. Along with Jewish tears, there were also tears shed by hundreds, perhaps thousands, of peasants, priests, farmers, and teachers who refuse to rationalize complicity with the persecutor, the predator. Christians from every walk of life living in Nazi-controlled countries forged passports, fed the hungry, and even sheltered the hunted. Who were they? They were Poles, Germans, Danes, French, Dutch, Belgians, Bulgarians, Japanese, Portuguese, Spaniards, and Italians. They risked their lives and those of their families to save people who were not of their faith. They were righteous Gentiles who aided in the rescue of many Jews. We know the story of many of them, of Schindler the German, Sukahara the Japanese, Wallenberg the Swede, D'Urso the Italian, and so many more, each one playing an important role in the attempt to save Jews. So we must not only bear witness to the destructive and inhumane capabilities of members of our species, the race that we call human, but must also bear witness to the possibilities that this race can do what is right. The precarious imbalance that places all weight of evidence on the destructive side of the human scale must be counterbalanced in some measure by the empirical evidence of human benevolence. The brutish in man must be balanced by that which courageously is empathetic. But the evidence of rescue should not, in any way, be used to minimize the monstrosity of this evil. Still, the presence of righteous Gentiles leads us to conclude that all is not given over to ugliness, that the world is not all dark or somber or even treacherous. No matter how broken the human condition appears to be, it still remains the task of the best of our species to beat back all that seeks to diminish the grand effort of creating the kind of world in which we believe we are destined to live. A cooperative world made one, as we must continue to affirm that God is one. And now we will have the singing of our national anthem and the Israeli national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Kol balev kenima nefesh yehudi homiya v'kanei seitrach kedima Ein Letzion Sophia Od lo avda tikvatenu Hatikva b'shof batayim Liot amroshi be'artzenu Eretz Tzion Yerushalayim Liot amchol בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים. Olod balevav b'nima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ulfatei mizrach kadima, ayin letzion tzofia, od lo תקוותנו, התקווה בת ידיים, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
We will have a series of speakers to talk about their experiences. And the first one to speak will be Jack Kurz.
I was almost 30 years in Poland. Germany invaded in 1939, but in 1940, the Jewish community in Rochester, Landshut, Poland, decided to liquidate the Jewish people in the city. So everybody packed up what could carry, and everybody had to meet at the market.
Yom Hashoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, brings to the forefront events that took place more than 75 years ago, but which are remembered on a daily basis by those who survived the unprecedented assault on the Jews of Europe. Join us as we respectfully honor the memory of the 6 million victims, salute those who risked their lives to aid Jews, recall the heroism of liberators, and thank the survivors for sharing their stories so that we might learn. We will now light 6 candles in honor of the 6 million who perished. Each candle representing 1 million people. I just want to read the names. Okay, the candles will be lit by, and please come up and join us, Jack Kurz, Andres Amore, Phyllis Goldblatt, representing the U.S. military, which had such a large part in the liberation, Vince Cavanaugh, Joe Morgan, and the woman who put this all together, Marcia Morgan. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Ani מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין, באמונה שלמה, בביאת המשיח, באמונה שלמה, בביאת המשיח אני מאמין. באמונה שלמה, בביאת המשיח אני מאמין. אני מאמין. מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין. ואף פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה המשיח, עם כל זה אני מאמין.
The next speaker will be Andre Amari.
Although we all knew about the war, as a 12-year-old, I didn't understand much about the outside world. That changed when Germany invaded Hungary on March 19, 1944. All schools closed immediately, and that was when my world, as I knew it, started to change.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Lila. Our next speaker will be Phyllis Goldblatt.
My name is Phyllis Ressler Goldblatt, and I'm a child of survivors. Before I begin the extraordinary tale of my mother's survival, I want to emphasize that each survivor has their own remarkable story of escape. Each one deserves to be heard and retold, lest the world forgets.
I want to thank our speakers, Jack, Andy. It's okay to call you Andy? Lila as well, and Phyllis. Thank you so much. Eloquent, all of you, eloquent. We have a slight change in program. In lieu of the film, we have a poem, and Lois Hurstreet will come up and recite the poem.
White, yellow, purple, green. White, yellow, purple, green. Every time I picture the Holocaust, I never picture it in colors. But here I am, standing in the middle of it all, and strangely, I've never seen anything more beautiful. White, like the forget-me-nots growing in the fields, reminding us never to forget the horrors that happened here, and never forget the 11 million who each had a name and a story of their own. Yellow, like the butterflies Pavel Friedman wrote about, the ones who would rather die than live in the penned-up ghettos one more day. Purple, the mix of red and blue, red like the blood of those tortured day after day, for a reason I'm not quite sure anyone could ever explain, and blue like the bright sky above, symbolizing hope, hope for humanity and hope for an end. Green, so much green, the tall, stable trees, the long, flowing grass, and the small shrubs sprouting through the cracks in the ground surrounding me. This represents life. We are all still living, the Jews, 16 million strong, and through all the hate, through all the wars, through all the sorrow, we will continue to live. This was written by a 16-year-old, our granddaughter. Thank you.
Please, God, bless the state of Israel. Protect it in the abundance of your love. Spread over it the shelter of your peace. Send forth your light and truth to those who lead and judge it, and to those who hold elective office. Establish in them, through your presence, wise counsel, that they might walk in the way of justice, freedom, and integrity. Strengthen the hands of those who guard our holy land. Let them inherit salvation and life, and give peace to the land and perpetual joy to all its inhabitants. Appoint for a blessing all our kindred of the house of Israel in all lands of their dispersion. Plant in their hearts a love to Zion, and for all our people everywhere, may God be with them, and may they have the opportunity to go to the land. Cause your Spirit's influence to emanate upon the dwellers of our Holy Land. Remove from their midst hatred and enmity, jealousy and wickedness. Plant in their hearts love and kinship, peace and friendship. and soon fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Let them learn no longer the ways of war, and let us say, Amen. We end our service meeting with the cantor singing El Moli Rachamim, and then we will do the Kaddish as well. If you can stand, we'd appreciate that. If you can't, that's fine.
El Moli Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hamitzei Menucha Nechana, Tachas Kanfei HaShechina, Im Kedoshim Utehorim, Kezohar Harakia Matirim Lishmot Sheholchu Li'olamam. Bi'al harachamim tastireim b'seiser kenafecha li'olamim v'yitzrar b'yitzrar achayim et nishmatam Adonai hu nachalatam v'yanuchu b'shalom al mishkavam V'namar Amen. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbo, v'yalamoa divrach irusei, v'yamlich malchusei, b'chaye echon u'v'yom echon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'gola v'zman kori v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Olamei Olmaya Yitborach V'yishtabach V'yishba'ar V'yitramam V'yitnasei V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yitalal Shmei Dekudeshav B'richu Le'ela Min Kol B'chota V'shirata Tush B'chota V'nechamota Da'amiran B'yolama V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
And that concludes the service. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.